Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech. Out of curiosity, after those last couple of missions, I went and checked our component listing. Look at this, we have 19 SRM-6 pods, but we also, even weirder, have 14 PPCs. I do not remember picking all these up. So we are way overloaded on certain types of weapons. We probably should unload some of this stuff, right? Where's the... What do you get for selling PPC? Let's go equipment. Oh, sorry, no, weapons. Weapons is what I want. Each PPC is worth 18,000, huh? Well, I guess I'm not surprised. Still, there's no way I need 14 particle cannons, right? I guess we're not like desperately in need of money right now either. I suppose let's just hold on to these. I don't know how many of them are safe to sell. Yeah, all right. So, while we're here. So it seems like our prices at the store are set by our reputation with, of course, the faction that controls the system, and our prices at the black market are set by our reputation with the pirates, which again makes it kind of frustrating that I can't access the black market on worlds where I'm not cool with the local government, because like the pirates should still be willing to sell to me, but whatever, it's fine. So, if we're going to buy anything here, we should try to do it before we tank our pirate reputation too much. Where are we at on that? 37. So we're just a little bit north of that mark. Maybe we should buy some stuff now. Is the next job we're going to take against the pirates? I think there was one more anti-pirate job on this world. We're going to do the 3 skull next, I think. Okay, this one's against the Directorate. That's great. I am all about not negating my pirate rep any further. The 3.5 is against the pirates. We may or may not even do this. 3.5 might be pushing it. I know we got away with the 3.5 already, but that doesn't mean we'll get away with all 3.5s. Then the next question is, do I want to wait... So we don't have to worry about the store stuff now. Do I want to wait 2 days for the Hatchet Man to be repaired, or do I want to roll into the next job with the Vindicator and the Blackjack? Let's have a quick look here. So, my concern with the Hatchet Man is that it really gets focused hard. And it may be too dangerous to bring a mech like this on jobs this hard, but I guess it's not actually any lighter than... Yeah, you know what, let's just wait. It's not actually lighter or prone to draw less fire than the Vindicator or the Blackjack, and it's actually better at taking the fire than the Blackjack is. The new Flashpoint was added. Okay, we're gonna dig into all of the goodies that are available on the star map in a little bit. Next episode, probably. The universe is going to be our oyster. Well, the periphery, anyway. Right now, though, we should definitely finish up the jobs on this world while we're here. So, a team of restoration agents has obtained the schedule and manifest of a Directorate convoy. Ah, yes, this is why I pushed this off. Convoy. Well, let's see. It's 3 skulls, so there's potentially going to be meaningful salvage. I'm actually fine with this take. This is going to push us up above, up to the next reputation level. Here, we're going to become liked. Oh, no, sorry. We're liked now. Yes, we're going to become friendly. Plus 10% job payouts and a 5% store discount. Okay. We may end up spending a significant amount of time in restoration space. It's nice to have friends. Okay, we are definitely going to run all this stuff. Reckless is back. So who wants to run? Do we just swap these like this? We only have one person with Bulwark up right now, huh? Kind of want Bulwark on both the Hatchet Man and the Thunderbolt. Maybe we should see about hiring somebody. Because right now we're only running 7 crew. We could definitely afford to go up to 8. Who's in the store? Okay, well that guy's interesting. That guy has Bulwark and Heat Vent. Okay, he would be a really good Thunderbolt pilot, actually. He doesn't have any tactics at all, so he'll be garbage with the gun. But this dude is not a bad start. A periphery commoner who came up through mercenaries. He enlisted in the infantry at some point. Got up to mercenary corporal. So this guy knows some stuff. He has seen some things. Alright, yeah. Hellebore. That's a cool name, too. Welcome to the team.
New mech warriors available.
We're going to put new guy on this mission right away. He can give Reckless a rest, maybe? Let's see. I know I want him piloting the Thunderbolt. We have... Well, actually, do I want him piloting the Thunderbolt? Because he's a little bit... The Thunderbolt is less likely to be able to fire at people reasonably. The AC-10 has a little bit better range, so maybe we want to do this so that the sensor lock is over here. Yeah, the Hatchet Man's not really likely to need to multi-target. Like, the multi-target's better on the Thunderbolt, and the sensor lock is better on the Thunderbolt, so I'm a little torn about which one I want to do where. I suppose I would rather have the called shot bonus on the Thunderbolt than on the Hatchet Man, so that'll be that decision. And is it Reckless who takes a break here? It probably shouldn't be. We should probably put Reckless on the Vindicator so that when we can only shoot with the PPC, it at least gets breaching shot. Yeah, sorry, Sand Cricket. Don't worry, we'll get you some XP. It'll happen. All right, I like this. It behooves us to take this mission very seriously, because if we can do this without sustaining any further damage, then we can just roll right into the next mission. I would love it if we didn't have to stop for even more repairs. I always feel like I'm wasting time when I'm just sitting on a system doing repairs. All right. If this cargo is valuable enough to pay us to steal it, it's going to be extremely well defended. Destroy the supply convoy, destroy the convoy guards. I have concerns about convoy. Hopefully this will not turn out to be too brutal. I mean, what? A convoy is going to be at least 2 vehicles, and I'm assuming that the convoy guards are going to be a full lance. So I guess we'll see. I don't know for sure how difficulty is calculated here. Like in this case, do they draw the difficulty from the tonnage of the lance and not include the convoy vehicles? That might not be a big deal if they're all just like Sleipnir APCs, but also what if there's a demolisher in there or something? Let's move up and make contact. Once we start shooting, the convoy will probably make a break for it. So, quote unquote, intercept them. I'm going to intercept them so hard.
Here we go.
So, this is where they're going. The road runs down through here, so we kind of want to approach this way rather than by going directly to them, I think. Also, why would you drop the Hatchet Man in the back?
On my way.
Who set up this drop order? I'm not taking the hit for this one. This is not my fault.
Consider me there.
Also, I hate biomes that are bad for our heat. I'm really glad that we picked up a second coolant vent pilot for this mission. Also, I cannot wait until Centurion is back, because man, she's good at her job. They sure do have a lot of stuff. Sitting here waiting an awfully long time already. Alright, I would not be surprised at all if we got contacts on this move. Alright. I was figuring since we were going to get sensor range all over that initial position. Maybe I have this backwards. No, okay, they are going from here to there. I was wondering if maybe they were already over here and they were coming this way instead. Oh, you know, they're going to be actually on this road. This is where it's recommending I move to, not where it thinks the convoy will be. So yeah, we're gonna try to move around here. A big part of the benefit of this is that we get a lot of cover approaching from this side. It also hopefully will help cut them off. Oh, it is not. Man, the terrain here sucks.
Position confirmed.
Primary target on screen, Commander.
New guy has a little bit of a space Jersey accent. He's reminding me of Sumo from our old campaign. Alright, well that looks like a heavy-ass vehicle to me. Yep, 80 tons. There's a non-zero chance that that thing is a demolisher. Which is to say, it must die.
Waiting for orders.
So we want the Vindicator available to shoot at it. Can I get vision anywhere? Ooh, that's that's exposure. Okay, here a lot of enemies probably would have at least obstructed vision of me. Hold on, I'm gonna reserve. I want to see if we can lead with the Thunderbolt. I'd be a lot more comfortable with the Thunderbolt getting vision of that thing. But we definitely need vision of it so that we can hit it with the Jaeger mech.
Receiving you.
Yep, okay. Thunderbolt can get vision. Thunderbolt can get vision, but will have only a single point of evasion. Well,
Coordinates received.
hopefully it won't matter.
I've got
Also, that means that I can sensor lock, so we can at least see what else is going on around here. That is a Shrek PPC carrier, not something I particularly want shooting at me. And over here we got a quick draw. Pretty standard quick draw loadout, it looks like. I don't know if the AI squads ever have unusual loadouts, actually. They may always just be stock.
Yeah? What can I do you for?
Alright, let's I'm not gonna be able to get into a position to use my autocannon against that thing, so we can take a single autocannon shot against the quick draw just to strip some evasion.
Roger that.
But I am very focused on the death of this PPC carrier. 3 PPCs, we're going to be shooting into about 100 points of armor. We should be able to get this.
Firing.
Especially with a 95% hit chance. Now stop splitting your damage. Oh, hey, lucky hit. Okay, so we need this thing to get just a little bit more damage on it. Oh, if there's no place where I can get vision of one of them but not the other, I'm very concerned about being shot by that thing. Well, I don't really want to jump in front of the Thunderbolt. I don't want to make it easier to shoot the Vindicator than it is to shoot the Thunderbolt. I think that way lies sadness.
Engaging jump jets.
Alright, here it's pretty important that we hit the correct part. Like, important enough that I'm going to precision strike for it. 88% of 95% of a chance to hit.
Targeting rear armor.
Okay, good. Because if we didn't get that, I'm not sure that the Hatchet Man was going to be able to pull it off.
Yes, Commander.
Good way to start a fight. Alright, this is a little risky, but we gotta get some shooting in here. I love the fact that our Hatchet Man has coolant vent. That is gonna be very helpful. So we just give him everything, right? Like, this is a pretty serious target. I'm gonna eat through this autocannon ammo so quickly. Okay. Shot to the arm's not super valuable, unfortunately.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
So they have multiple things moving on one. Yep, it's gonna be... Okay, so it's gonna be a couple dozen missiles per turn until we deal with that LRM carrier. We have to push forward, like, fast. Oh, it's 2 LRM carriers. Awesome. Well, the Hatchet Man got knocked over.
Reporting heavy damage.
Yeah, wow, that's super... Okay.
Damn it. I'm wounded.
So now we have to ignore the quick draw entirely because we have to deal with that. So... But I'd really like her to be able to shoot a PPC at one of them. I think we're on reserve here.
Standing by.
Oh, this sucks. Now they're going to be able to shoot the Hatchet Man while it's down. Okay. But they chose not to.
I'm showing minor damage. Good to go.
Well, you need to stand up. So armor's thin everywhere. It's better on the left side. Yeah, kind of. Thing is, I had to show my left side to the road, right? Shoot. I mean, I gotta... Okay, so he has to move forward enough to get us some sensor readings.
You got it.
Then we need somebody else to lock those readings. But he just... Really? Oh, standing up, right. He just stood up, so that's bad. And he's firing into a mineral field. He is going to fire a single medium laser, just to strip evasion.
Confirmed.
Wow. Apparently he went off the armor. The guy's armor is very shiny, you know, it's gonna happen.
Damage.
Okay, so we have a bunch of evasion. We have bulwark cover. That's gonna be a striker? Yeah, okay, that's not too bad. And it's coming after us instead of attempting to leave, which is probably good.
Take much more of this.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Standing by.
Okay, so the Thunderbolt has to move up but not attack. As much as I do not like that, we have to get a sensor lock. Yep, so this thing has to get red because we have to kill it. Oh, that's a PPC carrier. That's... Okay, so we do have to kill that thing, to be clear. But that's not going to remove any of the LRMs from the equation. Not a single one of them.
Standing by.
So they have at least 3 vehicles that move on 1. Plus these other 2 vehicles at the very least. Plus they had that Shrek PPC carrier. Plus they have... I'm assuming the Quick Draw is not the only mech. That would be very unusual. This is yeah. I was right to be concerned about the word convoy appearing in the mission heading. Alright, we need to maybe precision shot this. This thing has to go down, and it has to go down now. If we're shooting with the autocannon as well, what are the odds that I fail to get a kill here? We're going to do 35 damage to somewhere. And then the rest of this damage is going to spread out pretty evenly. 85% of 170, 100, like 230 damage. So 85% of 230 damage gets through. We're looking like in the neighborhood of a little under 200. Spread it evenly over everything, as evenly as possible. Yeah, there's still like a pretty significant chance we don't actually kill it. Alright, I'll use the resources. Let's make it happen. Wow. He's getting real good at called shots. If we're doing that, do I need to fire all the weapons? Almost everything we shoot will hit. Exactly where we want it to. We only have to do 105 damage. So I do not have to fire everything. If we do this, odds are still pretty good. Odds are still very good. And we save ourselves quite a bit of heat. Not to mention, quite a few missiles.
Concentrate your fire before you do. Scratch another target.
Wow. What happened to 96%? I mean, listen, I'm not too mad because it did die, but almost none of my shots hit the area I told them to hit. The particle cannon did, and then, like, nothing else. Okay, well, I can't kill this striker with 50 damage. The question is, do I even go for it? Or do we go after the quick draw just to get the PPC debuff on it? I think the answer to that question is probably... Yeah, we probably can't do that. Let's move to a place where it's going to be hard for the other enemies to shoot at me, and we'll put the PPC into the striker, and then we'll do it again next turn, maybe? We're just like, we do not have time to fight this quick draw.
Engaging target.
Good. Solid shooting.
No damage detected.
And it was sort of in the right direction. You gotta give him that. Okay. No evasion, no cover. Pretty ugly. And they got past the unsteady threshold.
Heavy hits, Commander.
Crap. So the other one is going to knock it down. Well, it looks like we are definitely not taking on that 3.5 skull. We're going to do this job. Wow. All the way through all of the armor, huh?
Using internal structure.
We're going to do this job, and then we may have to bail on this job. Yeah, the difficulty ratings are just completely screwed up when it comes to missions that have vehicles on them.
Let's do this.
If anything, the presence of vehicles seems to lower the amount of difficulty in the mission rather than raising it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give this the old college try here. If we could get rid of those LRM boats, we'd be in okay shape. It is worth noting that there was only one huge volley of LRM fire this turn. For some reason, there don't seem to be enough vehicles for there to have been the number of LRMs we saw last time. I'm not 100% sure what's going on.
Lifting off.
Alright, so we're going to do this. Okay, no, there is another vehicle over there. Okay, there's our LRM carrier. We are certainly going to have to coolant vent. These things don't actually have that much health anywhere. What I need is a hit from the autocannon and a hit from one of the medium lasers in the same location. If it doesn't work out, we still have the ability to pull a split fire from the Jägermech, so I'm not gonna use precision strike here. Okay, cool. That was somewhat likely to work, and if it didn't work, we still had an answer. If we can get the other LRM carrier down, this mission gets way easier, but Ricochet is in grave danger now. That thing is a large laser and 2 SRM-4s. That's pretty dangerous, too. I think I'm more worried about that than I am about the Striker. So what's the story with Ricochet's... Like, what's exposed right now? Some ammo on the arm. We could end up suffering an ammo explosion, losing the LRM-10 and the AC-2. That wouldn't be the end of the world. Center torso doesn't have any important components in it. My real concern here is that now that he's acting on one, he might go after the other LRM carrier, which would be disastrous. Because it will just kill him. We actually can't... Does that Bulldog have vision of him? Probably not. This thing could definitely drop the LRM-10 into him. I think this is less dangerous. I think we gotta focus on the Striker still.
Engaging target.
Okay, actually a hit. Frontal armor. Alright, that is exactly what we hoped would happen on that one.
Losing lots of armor.
Yeah, I hear you. Aren't we all?
Receiving you.
Can you get into... You cannot get to cover. You can get to a position to have a shot on that guy, which you have to do. Oh, no, sorry. We have to target lock the other LRM carrier, that's right. Well,
Copy that.
okay. I also have to get into a position where I can shoot at stuff eventually. But yeah, we need a sensor lock on this LRM carrier.
Got a sensor lock.
And then if Ricochet goes before the LRM carrier does, then we can probably kill it. Oh, he's calling shot to the right arm. Okay. That's not so bad. That was a pretty bad place for him to call a shot to. So he has to back way up. When he gets up, we have to back him out as much as possible. Because he has to try to get to a place where the quick draw can't see him.
Waiting for orders. I am up.
See, back up is maybe the wrong play. Maybe the right play is move forward to here. All I need is for them not to have direct vision of me, and then I can't be shot anymore. Although, up there... Quick Draw can see me over there. Wish I had jump jets. I'd love to be over here. I mean, I only have indirect fire from here. Hold on. The most important thing is I actually have to kill this LRM carrier, so I don't want to be outside of optimal LRM range. Yeah, alright. He does not have vision of me here. He could get it back, but
Affirmative.
we gotta do this. With this LRM carrier down, the difficulty of this mission, or the danger of this mission, goes way down. So we're giving this guy all of the missile bays, precision strike. Please, please, please get me this kill. It really doesn't have to, we don't have to do that much damage.
On it.
This, frankly, is probably overkill. Okay, apparently he can only...
Now.
Okay. He can only ever hit the front armor of anything, no matter what my orders are. But that's fine. That's totally fine. Alright, what are we going to do now? So this thing did not move on its turn. I could precision strike it down to initiative 1 and hope that the Thunderbolt can finish it off, because we have a ton of resolve now. Yeah, I think my official opinion on this is that the quick draw needs to stop doing things. So... we can go center torso and actually give it all of the weapons. I might want to... Hold on. We might want to move the Vindicator a little bit. Can I get any evasion at all? Actually, I can get pretty good evasion and still get optimal firing here.
Engaging jump jets.
Yeah, vehicle missions suck, dude. I am not fighting convoys anymore after this. Alright, do it. Just take them down.
All weapons committed.
Did we get through the armor? Yes, we did. Hit him right in the SRM-4.
Damage detected.
Smart enough not to store the ammo for the SRM-4 in the center torso. Can't quite get to a position where I could threaten a... stomp. That's what I really want, is to be able to threaten a stomp. Although, actually, this thing took a front hit already. There's a pretty good chance that I could just run over here and kill it, right? And then that thing has no indirect fire weaponry. I'm opening my back armor to fire from the quick draw, but the quick draw is gonna take a shot from the AC-20 before it gets a turn. Stand like this, try to put my back against the wall. This kind of has to work, but if it does work, we're in really good shape. I have to hit the front armor with either both of the medium lasers or the AC-10. You know what? I'm just gonna go precision strike on it. It's really important that this thing dies.
All weapons are go.
No, didn't happen. Okay, well... You know, I did push it down to initiative 1, though. So it probably does not get a turn. Because the Jägermech now is going to be able to give us a little bit of multi-target. Do I want to move first? I'm in a pretty precarious position here, but... Well, I can't really put my right armor to the quick draw anyway, can I? No. Yeah, screw it. I'm just thinking, like, the AC-2 would be cool, but... So I need to do... Wow, very little damage to... I just need to shoot one missile pod at this thing. Let's go with the 10s on that. 60 damage. A third of that to either of those locations is a kill. Yeah, that should be good. And then we'll really rack up stability damage on this guy, is my hope.
On it.
Okay. I'm a little bummed out that we got very, very poor return there on our on the resolve we spent on attacking that guy.
Taking a critical hit.
Okay, he's got a big hole in his whole middle section there.
Standing by.
This is you, Razor. Razor does have to keep moving forward. We have to continue to be able to threaten the enemy. Hold on, but I have to stay in this guy's front arc. In fact, I have to get in this guy's front arc, because I'm not in it now.
Acknowledged.
Alright, we're definitely going to call to the center torso. I'm just going to try to gut this dude. Man, not having called shot bonus is rough.
Acknowledged.
Okay. Alright, I think the danger is mostly past. That was very worrying there for a while,
Waiting
though.
for orders.
Alright, you gotta call the shot on this guy. Everybody else can make it happen. Just have to get us some vision. We do not have the ability to not overheat. Yeah, okay.
Engaging with tag.
No, that's good. That rock was definitely... It looked mouthy. I understand why you would shoot it. It makes total sense to me. Nobody is judging you.
Engaging jump jets.
Here's a little life tip. If you ever hear somebody tell you that nobody is judging you, they're judging you. They're currently judging you while saying that. I should have saved the... I should have reserved the Vindicator. I was just thinking we'll solve it with everybody else. Ugh. Okay, well that's why we don't keep the autocannon and the autocannon ammo in the same body part right there.
Standing by.
Alright, just give him all the missiles. That will probably be enough. We can't really do anything else. You know, I may as well precision target, because it'd be really great if this ended the mission.
Roger.
96% of these missiles are supposed to go to the right arm. Not a single one of them went to the right until after the front was destroyed. Something ain't right with the called shots on the vehicles here. As if we needed vehicle missions to be any more difficult. Alright, so yeah, I think we're going to skip the 3.5 skull here, because I think we really just need to get into space and start doing repairs and retrofits. And also, we need time for our injuries to heal. 13 days on both of them is not too bad. It is nice to have 5 health. You really recover from stuff quickly. I'm sure that travel will take us more than 13 days. So we'll take a part of a quick draw, and then we'll just grab an LRM 20 bay, right? I don't think there's anything else here of value. Yeah, just any 20 bay. We got ourselves 3 more PPCs. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we are no longer going to be scrounging for weapons. There was a while there where we could not guarantee that we would have a decent weapon for a slot in a mech, but we have everything now. At this point, it's mostly about finding stuff that has cool pluses on it. Speaking of, we got to visit the store before we leave. Let's have a look at the star map. Let's figure out what the next destination is. So, 14 days, 16 days, 20 days, Jesus. Well, we'll have 4 healthy mech warriors as soon as one of them is out of the hospital, right? Yeah. So in 9 days, and then 5 days after that, we'll get 2 more back. Reckless and Razor, the 2 healthy ones, are fully skilled. Or sorry, 2 of the healthy ones are fully skilled. And then also we got Sand Cricket, who probably thinks that I don't care for her, given how we've been using her. But I swear to God it's an accident. Oh, also, while we're here, Razor should definitely pick up Called Shot bonus. Because it turns out Called Shot bonus is at 6 tactics, not 5. Misremembering on my part there. So, let's talk about the next place. We have a travel contract for a mission to Weldry. Weldry is a low-value system for us. Difficulty is a little bit lower than I would like. There's a Flashpoint up here. We would be employed by the Capellans to fight the Razorbacks, a seditionist group that has taken root in the Capellan system of Cavalor. Here's the thing about this. I think that this is bad for us, right? This will reduce our score, because we'll gain Capellan Confederation rep, which doesn't, that's not good. And rare items are not a good enough reward for that, I don't think. We could go back and try Joint Venture again. We'd probably be quite good at it now. We don't need to lose rep with the Capellans anymore, though, because we maxed that out. We would get rep with the Lyran Commonwealth, but we could also just fly to their space. No, they don't actually have a region of space on the map. Never mind. That's interesting. There are no other flashpoints available on the map right now. We came from Mector. Part of what we need to do is we need to just get into new space areas. We need to see new systems, and we need to take contracts from people. Man, there are an awful lot of worlds that only have 2 skull challenge on them over here. It's like all the low difficulty worlds start really far away from you for some reason. I assume these are not random. They might be random. I wish there was like a sort. Okay, Carmichael's too much. The Desolate Plains are too much. Alright, so this, the Federated Sun space area is like high challenge. What I would really love is a 3-skull world. But a 3-skull world that's not in Liao space. Oh, this is new too. Oh no, that's the... We just looked at that. This is a different Flashpoint. Work for the Trachonis Combine to get Lost Tech items. A short engagement without consecutive deployments. 4-skull difficulty. Yo, I want Lost Tech items. 4-skull difficulty though, we certainly cannot do that. Yeah. And that's gonna be gone in 54 days. We just don't have time. Let's fly around in restoration space a little bit, I guess. Let's see if there's another... 2.5 might be okay. I guess we could do a 2.5. Where's a 2.5 that's like a world that I'm interested in? Okay, this is a recently colonized mining world. Kazi is a relatively recent addition to Oregon holdings. The cold and rocky Terran world is in a legal limbo, with the Taurian Concordat maintaining that their original colony, since abandoned, gives them a prior claim on the system. 3 skulls, only 17 days away, doesn't give me a lot of time for repairs and retrofits, but we could just hop over here, do some more work, and then run somewhere else from there. Takes us across Umgard on the way. Umgard and Garandus, which I think are 2 systems we've not been to yet. So that'll give us some good travel points. Artru is a little high for my taste. Gangtok and Heliat are both okay. I'm looking for tags that indicate good stores as well. No, you know what? I like that. Kazi, 17 days. So let's talk about how much stuff we can get done in 17 days. Li Yang and his team. Fortunately, we took a lot of structural damage on that mission, but we didn't actually lose any components or anything. So that's pretty quickly done. Now... Oh, I need to buy some stuff from the store, don't I? On the black market, there was a bunch of plus stuff, right? 20 damage and 20 stability damage. I really, really want to use this. We're going to buy this. We have to make about 700,000, a payment of about 700,000 in 27 days, which means after we get to Kazi. We can afford to spend pretty much whatever we want here, I think. Plus 5 damage, small laser, plus 10 damage, small laser. I mean, those are so cheap they may as well be free. An SRM-4 that does 48 damage. Yep. Taking that. I don't know if I care about this so much. I don't know if I 256,000 C-bills care about it, you know what I mean? This gyro lowers stability damage taken. I mean, we're not really suffering knockdowns unless we get attacked by a pair of LRM carriers at the same time. I'm not worried about this. The question is just, do we take this so that we have a third autocannon in case we lose the other 2? No, I don't think so. I don't think we have to do that. And then in the normal system shop, there wasn't anything particularly interesting. No, I mean, we actually probably don't have a lot of 2s and 5s. Actually, we have a bunch of 5s. We don't have a lot of 2s, but we also don't need a lot of 2s. Yeah, I think we're good from the store here. So, let's step into the bay and see what we can do. First things first, Thunderbolt. Simple refit, we're just going to trade out one very good autocannon for a slightly better autocannon. This is just a strict upgrade. 4 days, huh? That's a big cannon, I guess.
I'll let you know when that's done.
Okay, let's talk about the Grasshopper. It is possible that we will refigure these so the Grasshopper finishes before some of this other stuff. Alright, we have a 90 base damage melee mech. It only has 4 movement normally. 120 meters or a 200 meter sprint. Yo, do we have any jump jets of this size? Yes, we have 5, in fact. Okay, never mind, not a problem. We only have 5, though. This is an unusual mech. Like, I probably wanted to have mobility, right? We could probably put the jump jets center torso, I guess. And there's not really a reason for them to be in the legs. So if we did that, we have 24 more tons to play with. We could put a bunch of PPCs in this, we could try some of that stuff. But honestly, I'm inclined to just jam it full of short-range weaponry and try to rush people with it. Look at how much armor it has. So if we go like, let's say we put in the small lasers that we're allowed to put in. Do I want it to be just small lasers? Because we can put some machine guns in there too. Machine guns need an ammo bin. And that ammo bin weighs a ton. It provides 200 rounds. And each one of the machine gun shots only uses 5. So I would be comfortable using a single ammo bin to feed 4 machine guns. What I'm thinking with the machine guns is just that they really... they don't do as much damage as small lasers do, straight up, but... these legs are really heavily armored. We might do some leg ammo storing. I haven't done that traditionally because I usually have my mech's armor, the torso on the armor on the torso is a little heavier than the armor on the legs. We'll probably play with this guy's armor a little bit too. We might even just strip some leg armor. Get some tonnage back. So, small lasers do 20 damage base. Machine guns only do 15 damage base. But what machine guns do that is very valuable is they have a very high chance of hitting critically. So if you like throw a punch, you're very likely to strip all the armor off of something, right? Especially like if you do 90 or 110 damage or whatever to something in melee in a single location, you're probably going to pull the armor off that location. And the machine guns firing into the location will shred whatever's in there. So that's just what I'm thinking on that. It is a little bit more expensive weight-wise. Each of these is half a ton, and then the ammo bin is a ton, whereas the small lasers are half a ton each. So we're spending an extra ton to do slightly less damage. It might be the wrong play. Let's finish outfitting it. So you probably just want to put a bunch of medium lasers in there, right? I don't know how many heat sinks we're talking about. All weapons... Oh no, small lasers do generate heat. Machine guns do not generate any heat. That right there might be a good enough reason to use them. So, like, what if I just packed this thing completely full of medium lasers? What if it was... what if it was all medium lasers? There is a medium... Okay, there is a medium laser hardpoint in... there's a laser weapon hardpoint in here. And then we can also put a missile weapon in the head, and I don't see any reason not to. Unfortunately, 4s are... Oh, no. 4s are a single slot. What if we did this? SRM ammo in the other leg. This mech has 10 tons remaining, and we have filled all of the hardpoints. So we should definitely upgrade some of this weaponry. Oh, sorry. We should definitely put some heat sinks into this mech before talking about upgrading the weaponry. Not that we won't upgrade the weaponry. I think we probably will. We want to spread the heat sinks kind of all over the place, I think. Like, what are we at right now? Heat efficiency and alpha strike... an alpha strike of this mech is 104 heat. So we probably have to just go heat sinks? Like, what if it was all heat sinks from here? Now, we probably don't want to put any heat sinks in the arms, though. This thing is really heavily armored. I guess it's going to be running up on people. It has to be. Okay, so that is a 70-ton grasshopper. It alpha strikes for 104 heat, but 112 heat if it... yeah, 112 heat if it had to jump that turn. But it sinks 60 of that heat every turn. This is a 17-day day repair. It is exactly the length of the trip. How many missiles are in an SRM ammo bay? 100? So we'd be able to fire the SRM for 25 times. We definitely don't need a second ammo bay. That's 48 damage plus 12 stability. The stability doesn't really matter here. What's the other option we have for the support slots is flamethrowers. If we put 6 flamethrowers in this thing... Oh, I only have 1 flamer, actually. And there weren't any in the store, right? Okay, I don't think that putting one flamethrower on it is a good idea. If we could find a bunch of flamethrowers somewhere and load it up with 6 of them, each flamethrower inflicts 10 heat damage. So if we had this thing jump in on people and drop 60 heat on them, that would be pretty terrifying. Having it jump in on them and hit 10 is not nearly as compelling. I kind of love this mech, though. I want to try it like this, I think. So I was talking about maybe removing some of the armor from the legs, but what I just thought about is that if you're going to DFA people, you should probably have heavily armored legs. Let's talk about... Is the DFA damage listed under melee? Yeah, 180. So when you DFA, you take the same amount of damage you dealt to the enemy. And if I'm not mistaken, it spreads it evenly over the legs. So we probably do want to keep some pretty heavy armor in these legs. Also, if we're thinking we might ever pull a DFA, it is not a good idea to store ammo in the legs. We can move the ammo up to like the torso portions, or we can move the ammo to the arms even, honestly. Boy, is that what I'm going to do? I don't usually put ammo in the arms, but this thing's arms are pretty heavily armored. We certainly don't want to put it in the torso, obviously. I will say that both of these ammo bins are going to be prone to explosion if they get crit, because we are not going to be firing through them very quickly. Ammo bins that you empty are a lot less dangerous, but we actually can't carry less ammo than this. So I guess I kind of wish I could order them to you put the ammo bin in there, but only fill it like a third of the way. I don't need 100 missiles. I think we might do it like this. Keep the legs heavily armored. It actually takes more shots to get through the armor right now than it does to get through the torso armor. Maybe we should put the ammo in the torso and just change that. I don't know that it makes a huge amount of sense for the arms to be more armored than the torso. Yeah, let's at the very least do this. But actually, even a little more, maybe? Like, 90's still a ton of armor. The back armor's pretty heavy, so we don't have to worry too much about running in on enemies and getting back hit. So from behind, we have 125 armor on these. I guess... Now, we can control how much people hit us in the back, though. I don't have to let that happen. I often do, but I don't have to. I'm debating, maybe we take a little bit more armor off of the center torso. Obviously, it's bad to lose your center torso, but it's way better for our center torso to take structural hits than it is for the left and right torso to. If we do a little bit more like that. At this point, I'm just making, piddly adjustments. This is probably fine. God, this thing is a monster. We had some good luck. We had some good luck in the acquisition of this grasshopper. Okay, you know what? Grasshopper's top priority. Get it done. I want that thing available. We don't need to worry about outfitting any of the rest of this stuff then, because we don't have time on this next travel. So let's just go. Let's just move on. There's nothing else we want to do here. Ship upgrades will last us most of the way there, and then once the beta pod's finished, we'll talk about what to do in the air. But I'm assuming we will be able to make some money at Kazi. If we can make any money at all at Kazi, we can afford to start pretty much whatever repair we want. I really want to do an actual Flashpoint, we just can't. We're not quite there yet. Alright. So, it says the Arano Restoration is the only active faction on the world, but I don't know if that means that they're the only faction that will give missions, or if it means they're the only faction whose rep we'll be able to affect. My suspicion would be that we'll be able to act against the Taurians here.
Roger that, Commander.
I guess this will be a good time to figure out exactly what that means. I would expect missions that increase restoration rep and lower Taurian rep here, and honestly probably still missions against the pirates as well. You can probably get missions against pirates everywhere. We're gonna have to do a little bit of work to get back in their good graces. I suspect the unowned areas of space are where the pirates are most active. But we definitely have been to worlds that have pirate missions in people's space, right? We did some pirate stuff in Capellan, in the Capellan region. The Argo's command deck begins shaking again. I can't stand this anymore, Samire says. This has been happening every 2.5 hours like clockwork. It makes me want to break something. Every 2.4 hours, to be precise. Dr. Murad's tone is infuriatingly reasonable. And only while the Argo is under thrust. Samiri flashes you an exasperated look. Why can't we get this fixed? After 17 seconds, the shaking stops right on schedule. So we can tell everyone to live with it or ask Dr. Murad to try to fix it again. My experience with this mission, with this event from our last campaign, is that we will just keep getting it until we actually deal with it. So let's just recalibrate the rotation controllers. These results both have a chance of like lowering morale or something. They make people unhappy, you know? It was pretty sensible. So I think let's just drop the 100,000 Seabells now and never have to worry about it again. The morning briefing begins on a high note. Dr. Murad, I believe you finally have some good news for me? With grim satisfaction, she agrees. Yes, I've been waiting for the final structural reinforcement work to be done before recalibrating the rotation controllers. With your go-ahead, I can take care of it today. 90 minutes later, Dr. Murad calls up from engineering. I've restarted the pod rotation controller, and that will quell the problem indefinitely. And there's no risk of damage, you ask her. No risk. I finally feel like I'm getting to know this old bird, quirks and all. So morale's up, we paid a lot of money for that. You can't do that until you've fixed all of the structural damage on the Argo, so that's part of the reason that that was a big priority for me, in addition to being necessary to fix the engines. So we're going to finish repairs here with 5 days left on the voyage. Is that right? It's 5 or 6. Darius? I swear to God. I swear to Comstar, Darius. Okay, we're still in the air for 5 more days. Right now, we won't make pay because of the additional cost of upkeeping the upgrades we've made. We don't have to make pay for 15 days. Like, if there's any work at all on Kazi, we're cool. Let's talk about ship upgrades. Oh, there is another level of medical bay beyond that. That's even better. Ooh, that's expensive, though. So we can't actually start work on the medbay. We can't start work on any of this other stuff either. The training modules are nice and cheap, and I do want to get these done because they are blocking the good training modules. So yeah, let's just kick in for that.
Get the team on it right away.
Little bit of free XP for anybody who is low on XP that we might hire. I don't think this will actually ever affect anybody. We're never going to hire anybody who's that low on skill points, probably. But we got to get this done if we want to make the good training pod. And the good training pod actually might matter a little bit. Like, Sand Cricket probably has not spent 20,000 XP. Also, we have to get all the repairs done if we want the massive score bonus for getting all the repairs done. So. Alright, the Grasshopper is ready. We are not ready to do missions. We do have to sit for a day or two here. Let's have a quick look at the store. There is no black market here. Oh, there's just nothing. There's just nothing in this shop. Well, you know, they can't all be winners in that sense, but we got to do work. So, contracts. Listen, everybody needs giant robots destroyed. And when you want something like that done, you got to hire some giant robots of your own. Okay, there's a ton of missions available. Some of them extremely valuable. Also, there's a 4-skull, in case we really want to push it. Look at this garbage. Why is that so much money? Alright, this is going to be harder than it looks. So this is against the pirates. This is against the pirates. Yeah. Is it all going to be pirates? I was kind of hoping for some against the Taurians. Oh, it is all pirates. Alright. Well, after we do this world, we're going to have to go and do some work for the local pirate organization to get them chill with us again. So what is our current actual mech bay situation? We right now have... I didn't click the bays button. We right now have Blackjack, Grasshopper, Vindicator, Trebuchet, if we want to just start doing stuff. Wait, one day we'll get our Hatchet Man back. Obviously, I want to do as little waiting as possible. Because efficiency. But, like, Grasshopper, Hatchetman, Vindicator, Blackjack is fine. 7 days until our squad would be all the way back up. You know what, though? Actually, the Hatchetman probably is the thing we're leaving out after we get these repairs done, right? So maybe it makes more sense to... Let's wait 2 days until the Jaeger mech's available. Then we have our long-range fire support back, and then we just go from there. The Vindicator kind of plays like mid-range because it has the SRM bay and the medium lasers. Blackjack plays way back, as it does. The Grasshopper leads. And then we wait here while Yang does machines. Yeah, okay, let's wait 2 days and then we'll talk about more missions. We are 55 minutes into this video. So I sort of don't want to start another one, but then... Darius? Yeah, I sort of don't want to start another one in case it balloons out, but also I just made you sit through all that, so I guess let's do something. Let's take the lower payout 2.5 skull mission. I'm worried that with this amount of pay, this is going to turn out to be really hard. Like, way harder than it suggests here. A family associated with the local pirate organization has been threatening military action against their restoration neighbors on Kazi. Neither of us has an illegal claim in the system, but as our allied nobles have requested help and protection, we're willing to intervene. We need a deniable force to step in and just really blow up everything. Got it. On it. Let's do it. I'm going to take money here. Let's just get ourselves settled. I also don't expect there will be a lot of salvage here that I actually care about. We are really going to tank out our pirate rep. Well, we'll get it fixed. The thing about pirates is they're known to be reasonable people. Do I want to just take the trebuchet instead? Not really. It's an LRM-15 and a PPC. Like, nah. No, let's do it this way. Who is coming along? You get to move after firing. Who is that most useful? Actually, this might be a good time to bring along the lower XP pilots, because this mission probably won't be that hard. So, who do we want to drop from the current thing? We should definitely have Bulwark on the Grasshopper, right? Actually, Centurion piloting the Grasshopper makes a lot of sense, though. She can run in, attack, and then attack and move out the next turn. Then we'll bring in, like, Sand Cricket on the Vindicator? Blackjack? The Blackjack. Vindicator's more likely to be in an actual dangerous position. And I want Rocket in here. Rocket's on the Vindicator? She's still, she doesn't have breaching shot for the PPC or anything, but, like, this mission probably won't be that hard, and we need to get some XP settled. I know this spreading XP over our pilots makes it a little bit less important to build those training pods, but again, the training pods need to get built anyway if we're going to get the big score bonus, and this seems like a fine time to do it. Sort of a non-essential component for a time when we don't have a lot of money. Listen, I would just be upgrading the mech bay, or the med bay, if the med bay didn't take 900,000 C-bills to upgrade. Alright, as soon as you make contact, expect any nearby enemy forces to close on your position. Reinforcements, he's saying. There'll be reinforcements. The Grasshopper is going to be so helpful. Not only is it just like an incredible brute force weapon, but it's going to give us the ability to not care about ammo so much. So on longer missions where we end up fighting 2 or 3 lances or whatever. Jesus Christ. You know what? It's not that slow, really.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, yeah, let's just charge forward like a crazy person. I think we really want to put the Grasshopper in the hands of somebody
Copy that, Commander.
who can increase its initiative by 1, which is part of the reason it's important to level up these new pilots. In fact, it may end up being like Sand Cricket's mech.
Roger.
Aye.
Because I believe it acts on 2, right? It might even act on 1 naturally? No, it's a 2, okay. Yeah, getting it up to 3 would be awesome, actually. Did he just elect to do nothing with his
That's
turn?
odd.
Is that what I just saw?
Commander?
Well, we move forward and get some vision here and just see if we can maybe take a shot at it before it has
Location
any
confirmed.
invasion. Also, tundra biome. Lovely. So a Griffin with a standard loadout and some kind of 80-ton vehicle over there. Because it never stops with the 80-ton vehicles. No, I would rather sensor lock this. Find out what it is and maybe
I've got
remove it.
sensor lock.
It's a demolisher. Yes, I would rather remove it. That's very important that we do that. That thing has too many autocannons. How many is too many? It turns out any at all is too many for me. Can I really not get vision on that thing at all? Ah, stupid direct line of sight weapons. Yeah, I would have to be like way over here. No, even so. There's some really unfortunate terrain in front of it. Alright, well... yeah, he currently doesn't have any cover. Let's just, or any evasion. Let's just step up and shoot him.
Position confirmed.
I am so tired of 80-ton vehicles, though.
Engaging.
Okay, well, every one of those shots went to a different body part, but it's a start. So what, they have, like, 2 other mechs that we can't see that move on 3 at least? I think those are the ones that have been taking their turns so far. Yeah, that's good. Reveal yourself and then anger the
Yes,
grasshopper.
Commander.
I'm sure that's going to turn out just spectacularly for you. Look at the speed of this thing. Unfortunately, we can't shoot the demolisher with it, so hold on. You wait a second while we get the demolisher attacked and see if it is safe to move forward that much. Because I am not exposing myself to a pair of AC-20s, even in this incredibly cool new mech. We have to barrel through 180 damage in cover to kill it. Well, I'm going to precision strike the front armor because he's only going to hit the front armor anyway. Like, let's try to actually make this work.
Here we go.
We'll just really focus in on the front armor. Nope, it seems like precision strike actually makes him... okay, that's very suspicious. The front armor should have been his main hit anyway, the thing he was hitting most. Yeah, something ain't right here. There's no way he should have missed that many shots to the front armor. Something screwed up. He took damage to this side, right? Yeah. Not actually anything over here, though. Okay, so we want to shoot the front arc, even though he took damage to the side. I think I'm far enough away to not really be in danger from the demolisher. Autocannons have a really short range. Alright, let's fire just enough weapons not to generate any heat.
Roger that. Target confirmed.
And that's a lot of heat sinking. If you're wondering why the medium lasers weren't all at the same accuracy, it's because
Sensor lock on me.
weapons that are mounted on the arms get a small accuracy bonus because, you know, you can move the arm around to... Okay, it is not an LRM carrier. You can move the arm around to, like, fix the angle of fire a little bit, right?
Standing by.
Okay, the Vindicator... Boy, nobody can ever shoot at this tank, huh? What is the deal with this tank? Okay.
Moving to position.
Let's give this another try. I would really love it if we could kill this demolisher. Alright, it's very strong in the front still, but the right side's starting to look a little weak. Hopefully we can get there without having to rely on aiming, since aiming apparently makes it impossible. You know what I should do?
A new sensor trait.
I should aim at the
Looks like enemy
left armor
reinforcements.
next time. Or actually, no, we should just aim front again.
I'm receiving
So
you.
that none of the shots will hit front. Yeah, there seems to be some kind of bug, though. That's very strange behavior. Just once, I'd be like, yeah, an anomaly, you know, it could happen. But happening as many times as it has happened now
Confirmed.
is very strange. Right? Because it seemed like after the first couple of hits, the shots avoided the front armor. I'm in his front arc? Yeah, okay. So we can hit the right side. Or the left side, rather. I'm a little, like... I kind of don't want to take a precision shot because I'm afraid it will make me miss. Yeah, let's just go like this. Nope, didn't manage to hit it at all. Well, the good news is, he should be really killable. How dare you? How dare you impair my sensors? You will suffer for your crimes. They have a lot of mechs. That thing has an AC 10. It will probably have to go down second.
That could have been worse.
Yeah, this mission is way... Hold on a second. How is this 2.5 skulls? This is a lance of mechs that should be more than 2.5 skulls by itself, plus at least 2 80-ton vehicles, because they both move on one. I'm guessing the other one's a Manticore.
Commander?
Manticore with its
Yes, boss.
slightly more varied loadout. How many shots do I think I'm going to need to kill this thing? I had to put about 30 damage. It's no longer in cover. So you got to put about 30 damage onto one of those side areas. Wait, does he really not have indirect... Oh no, okay, he has direct blocked fire. So the line is very faded.
On
Alright.
the move.
Let's kill this thing, because that's, like, crucially important. So putting, like, 90 to 100 damage into it should make it pretty easy to get the kill. And then I care about... Oh no, sorry, not you. I care about that thing next. Alright, well, I guess we shoot the autocannon this way. And then, like, 2 of the missile pods. Like, we gotta be sure, right? We'll just put one of the missile pods into the enforcer. Just try to strip some evasion. Maybe get a little bit of damage in.
Copy that.
This is probably overkill, but it needs to work. No shenanigans. Okay, that was like almost 2 bars of stability. That's not bad.
Standing by.
Okay. Maybe the time has come to try to make out of the grasshopper the thing the grasshopper was meant to be. So, we're going to jump way forward here.
Acknowledged.
And we're going to use vigilance. We need guarded to get any advantage out of our bulwark. That also moves the grasshopper up to initiative 3 next turn. Okay, that's just a cicada. That's not so bad. That's a quick draw with a lot of medium lasers on it. And we're just going to do what we can do here to this enforcer. I am not afraid of my heat this turn. Maybe I should be. I don't know. It's a lot of damage. Not very focused, unfortunately. Okay, well there's that other vehicle. Alright, so it's not an 80, it's a 60 that moves on 1. I feel like a lot of 60-ton vehicles move on 2. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay. Centurion gets to throw a punch. But if I throw my punch, I'm gonna lose I'm gonna lose vigilance. I could vigilance and then throw the punch. Hitting this guy on his right side, where his armor is already screwed up, going to give us a really good chance of removing all of his non-autocannon weapons. The autocannon's the one I'm most worried about, but I'm going to do quite a bit of damage here. If we hit him in the left torso, it won't necessarily break him apart. I might want to just go like for the straight frontal punch, because if I did hit the right arm, it would rip the autocannon clean off. In fact, I might even want to do that. All right, I'm gonna vigilance. We're gonna get real aggressive here. Maybe this is pushing the grasshopper beyond what it was made for. But also, maybe this rules. I want you to at least consider that this might totally rule. Okay, autocannon down, and then And that was all of my heat is gone. It's all off. We almost ripped off his right torso. Yeah, that was cool. And look how unsteady he is, even after getting to move and reset his feet.
Good to go.
Okay, so this thing I have to care about a little bit. We should at least get vision of it. There's another mech down there. So this was 5 mechs and 2 vehicles, one of which was a demolisher. And these are not like little mechs either. These are actual full-size combat mechs. Alright, so what are we focusing on next? We're probably focusing on just finishing the Enforcer, right? I'm going to move the Blackjack to here. Give us vision of this vehicle so that we can make some intelligent decisions. It is, in fact, a Manticore. Well, I would like to kill this thing, then, because it's going to start getting PPC shots. There's a lot more armor than I would like, but at least I get to apply all of my weapons.
Let's see how you like this.
Okay, so it only has about 40 health left on that side. Yep, glad I took the Vigilance. The arm is starting to take some damage.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see here. What is the next most sensible target? Since the Vindicator can't hit the Manticore, probably the Vindicator just keeps trying to work this guy out. Yeah, I think that makes sense. His arm is pretty busted up. If we remove it, he only has a small laser left.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Okay, or we could just strip the center torso armor. That works too. That is actually 100% fine. I wonder if the game is actually doing fractional damage.
Ooh, not much armor
Right, because
left
like
in
that
location.
guy's machine guns showed as doing 1 damage per hit, because it's rounding down, right? We have a 40% reduction on his 40% reduction on his 3 damage per shot. But I'm wondering if, yeah, I'm wondering if it's actually just causing him to do 1 damage each, or if it's recording the the 1.6 or whatever, and actually doing all of that. Alright, let's multi-shot. I'm going to hit the Manticore with all of the missiles, and then we're going to put the autocannon into this guy in an attempt to make it easy to knock him over. I kind of want to put another missile weapon into him as well. Yeah, let's also give him the 10.
Taking the shot.
I want to destroy the Manticore, obviously, but I don't think we get it on this shot anyway, because we can't aim. It'd be really cool if we could actually knock this dude down and just make it so we don't have to worry about him next turn. Okay, so now that he moves on 2, he is much less of a factor, even with his arm intact. I wonder if we could hire somebody who's better at difficulty rating. What's the word I'm looking for? Estimation. I wonder if we could hire somebody who is better at difficulty rating estimation than Darius is. Because Darius is really bad at it. Like, almost comically bad at it.
Show him what you got.
Okay, I'm going to run the Blackjack down here. I'd be shooting at its rear armor? No, I'd be shooting at its right side armor, so the damaged part. I just want to break line of sight from all the other enemies for a minute.
Location confirmed.
Blackjack is taking a little bit too much of a beating. So any one of my weapons hitting this side would kill him. No, it wouldn't. 37 damage with cover. So I'd have to hit him with 2 weapons then.
Go.
Oh, you're kidding me. You missed. Alright, well, he probably will not get a turn. Ricochet will finish him off. Okay, I'm actually fine with the rear attack here. It's okay for our rear armor to absorb a little bit of damage. But now we need to move the grasshopper. The grasshopper's got to do stuff. The question is, who do we attack? I'm a little concerned about this quick draw. How are the weapons distributed over this thing? Laser 1, 2 more lasers. The SRM's a bunch of heat sinks. Okay, so we'd like to punch him in the left arm. The left side, if possible. Although, can I get a back punch on him? No. I don't hate this. Just re-vigilance and... This makes it a little awkward for them to keep shooting at my left side, which they really want to do. It's potentially a lot of damage. Like, a lot of damage. Alright, I was really hoping that would go to the torso. Hit him in the head.
Scarred a critical hit.
I guess that's another benefit of going with this, like, millions of small weapons plan, is that each one of those weapons can hit the head. I believe it is the case that you can't hit the head with, like, when you fire an LRM-20,
I'm here.
that's not 20 chances of a headshot. I believe that it is the case that only the first shot in each multi-weapon can be a headshot, obviously to prevent the very annoying case of, oops, my pilot died from 6 points of damage because I got shot by an LRM carrier. Ugh, boy, I wish you could actually aim. Well, I think I want to do this now, because otherwise this thing might get up. How much health is that? 25? Alright. Show me something. There we go. Okay.
Scarred a critical hit.
This guy's in terrible shape and has no weapons. Going for the back melee. Alright, center structure. Exactly where I would have wanted it.
Can't take much more of that.
Alright, we've drawn a lot of attention.
Receiving you.
We've gotten a lot of good value out of drawing a lot of attention away here. Let's move to there, just trying to generate a point of evasion. Notice this Griffin, trying to make sure that we can't get the Blackjack safe. Alright, so we are in the correct arc to hit the Manticore's weak side. We need to hit it with 2 LRMs in order to kill it. I'm going to give it the 10. This guy also is looking pretty soft. He gets the, I want to shoot him with the autocannon? No, I want to shoot him with the 15. 2 of those missiles have to hit center? Yeah, I like that. Then, somebody else is getting shot at. It's not the cicada. It's probably this guy. Yeah. Okay, so he gets everything else. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. I guess, actually, hold on. Let's swap these two. Only 2 of these missiles, even with them being lower damage, only 2 of these missiles have to hit the right part. This will do slightly less damage to the Griffin. No, this is good enough. We'll get there with this. Yeah, okay.
Roger.
Oh, right, we ignore his cover, too. That's not actually meaningful, but I forgot. Breaching shot. Okay, 2 enemies down. A lot of good damage there. Unfortunately, not quite enough to actually mangle him the way I would like to mangle him. And we're going to take 1 more shot to the Grasshopper's left side. And then we are going to jump out of here on our next turn. We jump to somewhere a little safer.
Internal structure damage.
Probably jump over to here, show them my right.
Go.
I don't think they'll be able to do anything about that.
Standing by.
Yeah, if we didn't have a mech that's way too powerful that we like absolutely should not be able to use at this point in the thing, I don't know that this mission, like if you came in here expecting a the kind of mission that you should see at this difficulty rating, you would be killed. There would be no hope of survival. Alright, so I'm going to show them... Okay, if I want to show them my right, I have to jump in over here. And I definitely do want to show them my right. So let's do it like this. I'm going to shoot at the Griffin, probably. This quick draw is still important, too, actually. Shoot, I should have shot at the quick draw with those LRMs last turn. Let's do it like this.
Copy that.
It's like I'm not actually worried about this guy. I think I care more about this quick draw. I'm not going to vigilance her. She doesn't need guarded. If I don't vigilance her, she moves on 2 next turn. Is that... That actually might be unacceptable because she might take way too much damage. She's going to get shot 3 times. She would get shot another 3 times before getting to act again if we don't vigilance her again. Okay, so we do that, and then we shoot at this quick draw. With apparently not everything. I thought I was still in short weapons range. This is the right move, though.
10-4.
What on earth? Okay, that was strange. I clicked fire and it just changed targets. Wow, that really sucks, because I don't care about that cicada at all. Yeah, I have no idea what just happened.
Standing by.
Well, okay, I mean, there's not a lot I can do about it. Yo, that sucks. That was a crappy bug. Alright, everybody always puts the PPC on the right arm. 100% of the time. Apparently can't actually fire all the weapons.
Affirmative.
Yeah, I'm pretty annoyed about that. He DFA'd me. Okay, well,
Waiting for orders.
he's at 100% unstable, and his legs are shredded. Man, they are all willing to die to damage this grasshopper. They're not even trying to play like they want to survive here. Okay, well, I need to make sure that we take the shot from the back arc. No, but it's got to be more than that. Okay, so I have to completely expose the Vindicator to get the shot. Well, then I will, because them shooting at anybody who's not the Grasshopper would be awesome. Yeah.
Coordinates received.
I still want to take that quick draw down as well, but this Griffin has given us a chance to do some real work here. If we got through the left torso, it wouldn't matter. If we got through the right torso, it would be pretty cool, though. Because, of course, as is the case with all mechs, you gotta put that PPC on the right arm. It's the only way that makes sense.
Fire in.
Seriously, just hard missed the PPC shot, huh? Alright. Well, with the knockdown, this guy's a lot less of a threat next turn. That Cicada still has its particle cannon. This is the only mech in history where the particle cannon's on the right torso instead of the right arm. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm pretty mad about that. about that.
Standing by.
Just, no, you meant to shoot that guy, right? We'll just shoot that guy for you. That's really crappy. Okay, so now that guy's knocked down, I think our next most important goal is finishing off the quick draw's left side. Let's get into his left firing arc and let him have it with everything I can fire without overheating. Turns out to be everything.
Firing all weapons.
Okay, he's a lot less dangerous than he was.
Target's taken a critical hit.
He's just gonna run over and melee her or something.
Come on, people. Let's make it happen.
Okay,
Yes, Commander.
well... we gotta do something pretty extreme here. My torso armor is barely holding. My arm is almost gone. To, like, disengage completely. Jump down here, show the left side, and just shoot at this thing's... shoot into this thing's right arm. Yeah, I think that's probably right. I gotta get out of here, man. Grasshopper's done a good job, though. I'm not sure, without one thing absorbing so many enemy attacks without taking any meaningful damage, I don't know how we would have survived. Okay, so we only get to fire 4 medium lasers. We only get to fire an entire Jenner's worth of weapons this turn.
Target locked.
Didn't quite get there. And now it moves, so we won't get there. Okay, that's fine. Vindicator's going to take a little bit of a beating this turn. That's fine. We gotta spread some of the fire out to other people. As it is, I bet the Grasshopper repairs are only going to be like a day right now, as long as we don't take a bunch of other stupid damage. And run back to cover and just start trying to kill this Griffin from there. The Griffin still has, yeah, all of its weapons. Quick draw is only 3 LRM, or only 3 medium lasers right now. Yeah, let's get back here and start trying to kill this Griffin off. It would be really cool if it didn't get another turn. So I don't think it makes much sense for me to do anything other than go to the center, right? Ooh, boy, it still has all of its center armor. Actually, maybe it makes more sense to try to take the legs. We might do a better job of killing this thing by removing its legs. Okay, man, could you hobble around legless a little bit more quickly?
Waiting for orders.
Move to here. I can get shot on that Griffin with the torn up arm. I think that's got to be the play. Ah, just barely can't. Alright. Come on, finish it. Alright, there we go. One more good weapon gone.
Solid connection on that one.
Yeah, this mission was way too hard. Way too hard for its difficulty rating. Everything's fine.
Internal damage.
From the front, the Grasshopper is still very healthy. Okay, I really wish you had the ability to vent coolant. So who's next? We got to finish off the quick draw. I think that's probably the target for him. We can go center torso with him. Just honestly, maybe don't even move. If we move, we want to go to a position where I have an unblocked shot. Okay. My thinking with don't even move is just like it would be cool if the enemies attacked the Agermech for a little while. Alright, got this idiot. Let's not put up with his nonsense any longer.
Here we go.
Alright. That looks like overkill, but with the way our missiles have been hitting today, I bet if I went for even one weapon less than the full complement, we would have hit everything except the center torso. Okay, no hit at all. It's pretty lucky for us. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered, but just like the odds on
Yeah.
that were pretty favorable for them. If I move out to here, I can get... Let's see, that's my right arm, so I cannot turn my right arm away. I don't actually want to move to a place where the PPC is more likely to be able to hit me. But I can't do anything about it either. He's definitely just going to be able to hit me if he wants to. Alright, well, we'll move to here and maybe sensor lock or something? I'm just thinking, like, shooting this turn seems of low value. This guy's nowhere near dead, and we really need to reset our heat. I guess I could start working on his LRMs, though. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And it turns out I do get to Firefall this turn, just not the turn after. Alright, busted his heat sink. Probably not actually relevant.
Important critical hit.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine that mattering. With a single LRM-10 as his full weapon systems, there's no way he's going to have a heat problem ever again.
I'm here.
Okay, so this guy... Rocket has called shot bonus now, right? But you can't call shot to the leg when you're behind, even if that would objectively be the correct call. Alright, well, we gotta do that, basically. Let's see about moving around a little bit first,
I'm
but
receiving you.
we definitely have to call the shot to his right rear armor. That will stand out like this. We definitely have the angle on them. They're gonna have a tough time surviving this. We gotta kill the medium laser. Boy, we have to hit it with the PPC and about half of the missiles to actually get through. If we hit almost anything, though, we could get a lucky ammo explosion.
Target locked.
Yep, like that. Exactly like that. Okay, so he
hit,
just lost
Commander.
both of his weapons, then. This guy still has his LRM, but it's hanging on by a thread. The Cicada still has a PPC, but they're going to be going for melee attacks a lot now. Which means I have a lot of control over this situation. So, his legs are all screwed up. We probably want to keep going for that, but I don't know if it's worth aiming for it. Probably try to finish off the Cicada. I'm going to actually try to kill the Cicada's leg this turn.
Copy that.
Jägermech is running seriously short on ammunition, though. Alright, so we kill the 10. That'll be enough.
Locking on target.
Okay, good.
That's a kill.
A mech with no legs is scarcely a mech at all. Well, I'll tell you what, at least we're going to get paid here. We are getting that optional objective completed. So, you can just step over here, try to show your... I didn't have any guns, never mind. You'd step over here, show your right side to that guy. There's no way the Griffin gets in range for his melee attack.
Copy that.
Alright, everything we can fire.
Acknowledged.
Okay. The enemy team has no guns left. The fight is over. This was a real
Come on, people.
brawl.
Let's make it happen.
Okay, all that guy has is a melee attack on the almost undamaged Jägermech.
Reporting internal damage.
Apparently Griffin's melee so hard that they can almost completely destroy a whole section of mech by themselves. That's
Commander.
interesting. Good to know. Unfortunately, so we're focused on this guy now, because he is not going to get a turn if I have any say. Although his turn doesn't matter. Yeah, none of this matters. All these mechs are all screwed up and dead. should just be surrendering. There should be a mechanic whereby they can surrender, because I feel bad for them. Can I turn on a laser without overheating? I cannot. Well, this is not going to be lethal no matter how it goes down,
Roger.
but... Okay, we got some good damage through.
Commander?
Okay, we are in the back arc.
Position confirmed.
This could totally be lethal, because we actually did hit his center a little bit.
Copy that.
Oh, I was not tracking his damage. That's right. Ammo explosions deal a damage to the pilot. So he took 3 damage from the destruction of his torso pieces, and I think we probably also knocked that one down at some point. So okay, that's good enough. Hate the fact that we're now going to have to spend an entire day repairing the Jaeger mech. Okay, we are in full weapons range, but I should probably just throw a punch, because I can't fire all my weapons. It's too much heat.
Coordinates received.
Okay, dead center. Pretty good. There you go. That's what you really want to see out of one of these things. I like it. I think it's a good build. That mission was stupid hard, like way, way harder than the difficulty rating suggested, and we came through it with no significant losses, like no lost limbs, no lost components, pretty much entirely on the strength of the Grasshopper. The fact that the Grasshopper could tank all of the enemy team's fire for 3 entire rounds, just sitting out in the middle of them. Okay, so what do we want out of the salvage here? Well, probably the quick draw, right? We've taken down quick draws before. Have I really never taken a piece of them? Oh, we could finish our Enforcer. That's probably a higher priority. No, get this out of here. Okay. Yeah, let's finish the Enforcer. Even though I don't know that I'll use it. Okay, we got a piece of a Griffin. Yeah, I may have finished a quick draw. That might be why we have no parts. I'll have a quick look at the bay here and to ascertain. So we got ourselves an Enforcer. I believe this is our first Enforcer, and as such, worth some points. I'm a little worried about the fact that we're no longer seeing small mechs. It might be the case that we are not going to be able to complete all of the small mech designs.
Mech is ready to fight, Commander.
All right, let's have a look. What do we actually have in the bay? That was our first Enforcer. We did not finish a quick draw. I've just never taken any parts of a quick draw, apparently. Alright, well, we certainly have to do repairs. These repairs are non-optional. These mechs are, like, actually not functional right now. So, if we take the Hatchet Man down to the bottom of the list, because it's the mech we're probably not running anymore. Let's say we move the Thunderbolt down. What if I wanted to take just that same crew out? We're talking about 5 days? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what we'll do. I do know, though, that the Grasshopper already very, very much earning its keep. Man, look at those legs. I guess that's why they call it that. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when hopefully Darius does his job a little bit better so we don't get quite so surprised. And we'll see you then.